Forensic science represents the application of scientific principles and methodologies to legal matters. It bridges the gap between the laboratory and the courtroom, providing crucial evidence for justice systems worldwide. This field relies heavily on a robust framework of legal principles. These principles dictate every stage of forensic work, from the initial collection of evidence at a crime scene to its meticulous analysis and eventual presentation in court. They are not mere guidelines but foundational rules that ensure the integrity of the entire process. The overarching purpose of these legal principles is to guarantee fairness, accuracy, and the ultimate admissibility of all forensic findings. Without adherence to these standards, even the most compelling scientific discovery may be rendered useless in a legal context. Admissibility stands as a fundamental principle governing all evidence presented in a legal proceeding. It determines whether a piece of evidence, including forensic findings, can be considered by a judge or jury. This critical aspect is primarily governed by established rules of evidence, which vary slightly across jurisdictions but share common objectives. In the United States, a significant benchmark for the admissibility of scientific evidence is the Daubert standard. This standard originated from the landmark 1993 Supreme Court case, Daubert v. Merrill Dow Pharmaceuticals Incorporated. The Daubert ruling established a gatekeeping role for trial judges, requiring them to assess the reliability and relevance of expert testimony before it is presented. The Daubert standard outlines several key requirements that scientific evidence must meet to be deemed admissible. First, the scientific techniques employed must have been tested and subjected to peer review and publication. This ensures that the methodology has been scrutinized by the broader scientific community. Second, the technique must have a known or potential rate of error. Understanding the limitations and potential for mistakes in a scientific method is crucial for evaluating its reliability. Third, the methodology must adhere to established standards and controls. This ensures consistency and reproducibility in the application of the scientific process. Finally, the scientific theory or technique must be generally accepted within the relevant scientific community. This criterion, while not solely determinative, indicates a consensus among experts regarding the validity of the method. The ultimate goal of the Daubert standard is to ensure that only reliable and valid scientific methods are used in court, preventing the introduction of junk science. The chain of custody is a meticulously documented record that tracks the possession and handling of evidence from its discovery to its presentation in court. It provides an unbroken, chronological account of every individual who has had contact with a piece of evidence. This rigorous tracking begins the moment evidence is collected at a crime scene and continues until it is presented during legal proceedings. Accountability is a cornerstone of the chain of custody, meaning every handler of the evidence must be accounted for. The record must detail the time, date, and purpose of each transfer of possession. This includes who received the evidence, from whom it was received, and why the transfer occurred. A broken chain of custody can have severe consequences, often resulting in the evidence being rendered inadmissible in court. This is because any gap or inconsistency in the chain raises serious concerns about potential tampering or contamination. If the court cannot be assured that the evidence presented is the same as that originally collected, its integrity is compromised. Maintaining an impeccable chain of custody is therefore paramount to preserving the evidentiary value of forensic findings. Relevance is another fundamental legal principle that dictates what evidence can be presented in court. Evidence is considered relevant if it has a tendency to make a fact at issue more or less probable than it would be without the evidence. In simpler terms, it must logically connect to the claims or defenses being made in the case. The impact of relevance on admissibility is direct and absolute. Irrelevant evidence is inadmissible. Courts will not permit the introduction of information that does not pertain to the facts in dispute. The primary purpose of excluding irrelevant evidence is to prevent confusion, waste of time, or prejudice in legal proceedings. Introducing extraneous information can distract the jury and obscure the central issues of the case. For a forensic scientist, the principle of relevance means focusing their analysis on evidence directly related to the crime and the specific questions posed by investigators or the court. Their work must directly address the elements of the offense or defense, ensuring their findings contribute meaningfully to the legal process. Objectivity is of paramount importance for all forensic scientists. It demands that they remain impartial and unbiased throughout their analysis and interpretation of evidence. This principle requires forensic professionals to approach every case without preconceived notions or personal opinions influencing their findings. Forensic scientists have an unwavering obligation to present their findings accurately and truthfully. This duty remains constant, regardless of whether the results support or contradict a particular side of the case. Their role is to report the scientific truth as revealed by the evidence, not to advocate for a specific outcome. Maintaining objectivity ensures the integrity of the scientific process and upholds public trust in forensic science. Ethical conduct underpins all aspects of forensic science and is inextricably linked to every legal principle discussed. Forensic professionals are bound by strict adherence to professional codes of ethics established by their respective scientific organizations. These codes provide a framework for responsible and principled practice. The emphasis on integrity, honesty, and competence is central to ethical conduct in forensics. Integrity demands unwavering adherence to moral and ethical principles, even when faced with pressure. Honesty requires truthful reporting of all findings, without embellishment or omission. Competence ensures that analyses are performed by qualified individuals using validated methods. The ultimate goal of upholding ethical conduct is to maintain public trust in the justice system and ensure the reliability and credibility of all forensic work. The legal principles discussed are not merely bureaucratic hurdles, they are essential safeguards. They ensure the accuracy, reliability, and fundamental fairness of the entire justice system. By adhering to these principles, forensic science serves as a cornerstone of evidence-based legal decisions. Forensic scientists, through their rigorous application of these principles, contribute directly to the pursuit of truth in legal proceedings. Their work helps courts make informed decisions based on sound scientific evidence. Ultimately, the meticulous observance of these legal principles protects individual rights, ensuring that justice is administered fairly and equitably for all.